Hi everyone. What what a start, because we had such an amazing women's final. We are 100% ready for the men's final, but I guess you guys watched the women's final. It was an incredible level, and the scenario was super fun and stressful, the way we like matches. So that was a great advertising for women's tennis, and I'm sure you guys have really enjoyed watching as much as we probably will enjoy watching the men's final. It's not the one we expected. We expected, of course, Sinner against Alcaraz, because that's the final that we've seen so many times last year. Those two guys are dominating outrageously the game. But Daniil is coming back to his best level, and when he plays his best level, he proved it yesterday, he can match at least one of those two guys. He's going to try probably the most difficult thing at the moment, which is to beat both of them back to back. And we'll see if he's able to do it. Can he? I think he can. And I think he can, first of all, because he was extremely impressive in his semi-final against Alcaraz, because his start of the season is amazing, and because maybe he's going to surprise me in that final, but so far Yannick is not as how can I say that? I don't feel that he's as confident as last year. He will need, for example, a title like this one to feel that. But even though he won quite comfortably most of the matches in that tournament, or all of the matches, by the way, still I don't feel the same assurance when he plays. There is a little bit more hesitation, more enforced errors. If we've seen him a few times serve for the match or for the set and really be shaky. So that also might give a little bit of maybe hope to Medvedev. Let's look at the statistics prepared by my team to get ready for that match. Those two guys have been serving incredibly well in that tournament. Actually, they're nicknamed by my team the Unbreakables, because they both lost only 2 service games the whole tournament in 5 matches. Sinner served 45 games, Medvedev 47. They got broken only twice, both of them. So that's an amazing figure. It shows how much they're dominant on their serve, both on first and second, and we'll see why, by the way, with this second one. This is Sinner's figures: 64% of first serve with an 84% of points won after his first serve. That's huge. And Medvedev is only at 73% of points won, but his percentage of first serve is way higher, 73 too. And this is the figures when they played each other. Medvedev scored only 64% of points won on his first serve, and that was Medvedev Alcaraz. So that's Alcaraz, and that's Medvedev when he played Alcaraz. Sorry, he won 64% of points on his first serve and 74 on his second, which is really super surprising. But that's the figures. Let's go to the next one. One of the reasons why Medvedev was able to beat Alcaraz was because of the time he spent inside the court. He spent 39% of the time. He hit 39% of his shots inside the baseline. And the last 52 weeks, it was only 28. But it's going to be a challenge for him. The maximum rate that anyone reached against Sinner this week is 24% of the time inside the court. But that was the key, so that will be potentially a key for him today, to be able to step in to dominate the game. He did hit very flat. He's not a player who puts a lot of spin. The tour norm is 1,800 rotations per minute. Medvedev, the last 52 weeks, hit average 1,500 RPMs, and against Alcaraz 1,400. So he played flatter, took the ball earlier, so he accelerated the game a lot. Let's talk about the match keys now, the main ones. And this is based on when those two guys played each other. On those 3 encounters, Medvedev won only 33% of points on his second serve. He won 74% yesterday. Will he be able to even be in the middle? Maybe. But win way more points on second serve. Otherwise, he's going to be in trouble. He's going to get broken for sure. Medvedev will have to play deep like he did against Alcaraz. He really prevented Alcaraz from stepping in, and by playing so deep, he created some shorter balls that he could use stepping in. And the other question is Sinner gonna mix the game a little bit more? He usually does it 14% of the time, but against Medvedev, depending on the matches, between 16 and 19%. I doubt he's gonna do it because he knows that his game is to hit the ball hard and taking all the balls early. We'll see. This is the draw. And last, we have another one that explains that the 2 best players in the world since January are Alcaraz 1, Medvedev number 2, and Sinner number 3. And if he wins today by the points, and if he wins today, Sinner is going to become number 2 in the live ranking. So that's the ranking based only on the results since January. I told you that Medvedev won a lot of matches this year. That's the proof with the ranking. And as always, the first few points, as I told you last time I commented him, Sinner is nervous, but in general, this doesn't last long. Just a few points, maybe one game, and then he's locked in. What a point. What a point. And it's the second time that already Sinner anticipates really well here. An incredible defense from Medvedev. The lob's amazing. And the volley is very solid. Great job. Will Medvedev be tired? I mean, of yesterday, I don't know, but, it's a lot for him. He won Dubai, then got stuck, couldn't do anything for a few days because of the war there. Arrived late, and, it's so many matches in a row won. It's great for the confidence, but might be a little bit tired physically or mentally. X-Waitik is asking me who I'm supporting. I'm trying not to support anybody. I'm trying to be neutral, but Daniel is practicing in my academy in the south of France, so I have a little bit of emotion when it comes to him, and I know him very well, and he's an amazing guy. He's very kind, he's very smart, he's funny, he's great to be around, but I'll try to be neutral as much as I can. Thank you guys for being here, all of you. I recognize a lot of names that I know. Let's Line Live, of course. Nerad F4, Apocalypse Chat. Teal 171204, Ali Ali 11111. Only and X-Waitik and Yogosuma. Oh la la, so well played, yeah. Apocalypse Chat. So Monday, 2 p.m. European time, we have this chat. We'll come back on all the matches here. And of course, we can talk a bit about anything else that's tennis related. So far, very good start of the match from Medvedev, who's dominating the rallies. And I'll do Miami, yes, to answer your question. So far, it's Medvedev who's the most aggressive of the two. He started on the same basis as the ones he started on against Alcaraz. See the depth? Wow. Oh my God. What a point, what a rally. And what is very impressive is the depth of the balls of Medvedev. Unbelievable. And again, he was so much inside the court. Love 30. First ace. And you see Medvedev is doing exactly what Tien should have done. He doesn't overplay, but he's putting pressure nonstop, moving the ball, focusing on playing deep. And, he's just playing with Sinner. I mean, it doesn't try to outplay Sinner, but he plays. That's a bit too much. That was an important point. Would have given 2 break points in the first game already. Cedric Roquette Tennis has a very good question. Alcaraz said he had never seen Medvedev play like this, so aggressive and so accurate. Medvedev said he just played like he usually plays when he's confident. Who's lying? Nobody. I don't think Alcaraz have seen Medvedev play like this, but I think that Medvedev is right. I've seen him play like this. I think in the final of the US Open against Novak, he played like this. And I remember a few times in his career after winning a lot of matches, he's able to play like this, that level. I don't think he's overplaying in any sense. I think it's his level when he's confident. But maybe he didn't show that to Alcaraz before yesterday, which explains. That was a very solid game from Sinner because, it was tough for him. It was very tough. I mean, actually, Medvedev is never lying. He's one of the guys who's so authentic. He never pretends either. He's always saying what he thinks. Yeah, so what I was saying is Medvedev is staying with Sinner. He's staying. He's telling him, you hit me there, I hit you back. You hit me there, I hit you back. I'm here, I'm here, I'm here. And I'm pushing also. Not going for crazy winners, but ooh la la. That's not good. Ooh, Medvedev is lucky because he has to finish that backhand. That's impossible not to finish it after such a good shot. Yes, exactly till 17-12-04. That's, I think, the best way to have a chance against Sinner is to stay with him and, of course, be aggressive, but not over-aggressive. What a depth. A bit static on that forehand swing volley. Yes, let's line live. I agree with your statement. Another great serve. It's tough. Tough for Sinner because Medvedev plays flat, fast, and very deep to his backhand, and is blocked. He's literally blocked on the backhand side. And he ends up trying to go down the line because he's stuck. That's actually right, what you're saying, guys. At some point, I also thought that Medvedev, Rublev, Kachanov would pull out because they were stuck in Dubai. They didn't have any preparation coming to this tournament because they came straight from Dubai, and literally 2 days after they had to play their match. That's interesting statistics. Again, Medvedev, incredible on his serve, 83% on first, 75% on second. And Yannick started the way he started his semifinal with an 83% of first serves in. And even though he was love 30, yeah, if you don't know how they escaped, so they were stuck in Dubai for quite a while because Iran was bombing Dubai. So they were not allowed. I mean, there was no plane, nothing. And they ended up driving to Oman and then fly from Oman, which was the only airport in the whole zone, all the Middle East. I mean, the Gulf countries, to be more precise, that was operating flights. Another first serve for Yannick Sinner. So many. And another one. Hi to everyone also, by the way, on YouTube, because we're live on both Twitch and YouTube. Hi, Pixel Sin TV, who just followed me on Twitch, and welcome to the community. Joe, so on YouTube, Joe Leaf Stuff is asking if I think the hit will affect Sinner. You mean affect Sinner much? I mean, it's not going to help, that's sure. You're probably saying this because of what happened to him at the Australian Open. He got really very bad cramping, and the fact that they closed the roof gave him the chance to finally come back and win. And he also cramped, I think in Asia, was it Shanghai, I think he cramped badly also. So definitely he might suffer from the heat. I think Indian Wells heat is not too bad because it's hot but not humid. And that makes a big difference because players sweat way less than when it's humid. I remember, I mean, Miami is way more humid, for example. Way more. And Astonished 2003 is asking me, what does the number beside their names mean? So that's their seed. So Daniel is seed 11, so which means that is the 11th best player by ranking in the draw, and Sinner the second. It's not their ranking because some players might be missing, so then you can be your position in the tournament could be higher than your ranking. A few enforced errors from Medvedev in the last two games. Saved by a very good first serve. Hit the serve a little bit low, and that's why the ball escaped. Good second. Yeah, that's the thing that will Sinner will do quite a lot is the drop shots. First of all, because Medvedev would move back when Sinner has a shot that he can attack. And second, because even though Medvedev is moving extremely well, that's not his best. The little game, those counter drop shots and stuff like that, and his net game, that's, compared to the rest of his game, probably a weak spot. So Sinner will use it. But, I mean, I don't know if you feel it, but compared to the Sinner of last year, for the moment, this can change after winning here, for example. I feel that he's taking more margin. He doesn't... I mean, he plays way less close to the lines because he's less confident. So he hurts less. Amazing again. The depth of those shots of Medvedev. Depth. I mean, he hits the ball full. He's inside the court and he plays deep. The ball is low and is literally sliding and taking so much space. That's why it's difficult for Sinner to be able to hit the ball back in the court. And an ace again. Wow. That's an amazing start of the match. We expected a good match. So far, that's what we have. Both of the players, Sinner and Medvedev, have won 89% of first serves. 89% of points won on first serve. Is that incredible? I think so. Yeah, Tom WX5. I don't think that neither Sinner nor Alcaraz have a weakness. That's why they're the two best. I think, the only way to beat them is to outplay them. And there are not many guys who can do that. And Sinner has 82% of first serves in, which is huge too. And the serve is such a key. They can manage to lose it, so they're full focus on their service games. And as I told you before the start of the match, they lost only 2 service games the whole tournament, which is shocking. It's the second serve of the match for Sinner, and so far he hasn't won 1 point on second. Out of 3, it's not so much, but still. I hope that Tien is watching that match, because the way Medvedev plays against Sinner is exactly the way he should have tried to play, rather than to try to hit too many winners. Love 30 again. Hi, Stage Bluff. Welcome to the chat. I will be very happy to answer you, but let's talk about this tomorrow at 2 p.m. European time. Today we just focus on the match, so that's what we talk about. But tomorrow it's going to be about anything related to tennis, so I'll be very happy to answer you on your question for your future. Way higher percentage of unreturned serve for Sinner. 46% of his serves haven't been returned by Medvedev. That's important. You know, when you love 30 or 15-30, you know, the guy is serving, you're touching the ball, put it in. Put it in. No, I'm streaming tomorrow, 2 p.m. European time. And it's going to be a chat. So I'll be very happy to answer all of your questions. Any kind of question. Same scenario, huh? Love 30. And Sinner comes back. And another unreturned serve. Medvedev is struggling to return Sinner for the moment, and that's why he couldn't break twice. Whenever Sinner was hitting second serves, Medvedev won the points, but then the first serve were in, and that was enough. Ace? No. Serve winner. 3 out of 4 of the points after love 30 were unreturned serves. Why is Medvedev better than other players on the hard court? I mean, look at the whole package he has. Unbelievable. I mean, great serve. Look at the statistics. Great serve. Unbelievable mover. Great counterpuncher. The more pace you give, the more pace he's able to give back. Attention, twice he was close. Close. He could have broken, potentially. Now he could be in danger on his service game. Now love 30 for the first time. Hello, LLPQ. Welcome to the chat. It's your first time here. The service back. Thank you, Ali. 11111. Two forehand and forced errors and 2 break points. Two break points. The first 2 break points of the match. Very well done. And the way he did it was amazing because he really went for it. Didn't expect the mistake. And impressive because he played behind Yannick, taking the ball very early, but Yannick was able to stop, come back, and hit back. Risky second serve, close to the line and hard, but again, the backhand of Medvedev is a killer today. And we have a stat that is interesting that shows the depth. As I said, the depth was one of the keys for him to beat Alcaraz. I've said it before the match. He literally did it. And today, look at that. The depth of the backhands of Medvedev. 53% of his backhands land in the deepest zone of the court. Sinner only 29. Look at that. Sinner is short. This one's deep. But the answer is deep too. And same scenario, you see. Stage Bluff, thank you for asking a question about the match. Yeah, who has the better backhand? What is he doing? He's talking to the chair umpire. Yeah, he asked for the physio. So backhand to backhand, he's so blocked. At a certain point, he tries to go down the line, but it's difficult because it's not a shot that makes sense. It's more a shot that he hits to get out of this backhand corner. I would say, I think Medvedev's backhand is literally one of the best in the world. I hope that, Medvedev saw that Sinner asked for the physio. I hope it's not going to come to his head and make him lose focus. Yes, you're right, Let's Line Live. Medvedev is a master in getting to the head of the opponent who at some point doesn't know where to play anymore. His nickname is the chess player, so there is a reason for that. But it's also an incredible player in terms of quality. And he saved his service game, saved 2 break points, and we'll know more about why Sinner called the physio. Nerad F4. You're saying that you think he has back problems? Somebody said it. It was maybe Les Line who said it last time. It looks like it's the feet. Maybe the ankle. Because he's untying his shoes. Yeah, it's his right foot. Okay, I get it. So that's I'm going to explain what's happening. He has ankle... he has tapes around his ankles. A lot of players do this. Is to avoid twisting it during the match. Serena did it every single match she played. A lot of players do it. And sometimes the physio makes it a little bit too tight, so you don't feel... You start you start not feeling your foot anymore. Start to be a bit numb. So because it's cutting the blood flow, so he asks the physio to just cut a little bit of it to make it less tight and then feel better in his shoes. So nothing bad, nothing special, but it might affect his movement. That's why he did this. That's a classic. No, it's not kinesiology. It's ankle tape. Oh, maybe it was... if it's not you, Les Line, it may be Stefaru. I don't know who said it. Anyway. Yeah, the chess master. That's his nickname. That's his UTS nickname. For a reason. Third, 2, 3 aces each. Short. And lucky that the ball hit the net, because this one of Medvedev, the short cross backhand passing shot, he does it incredibly well. Medvedev, who's now coached by Thomas Johansson. If you remember him, his biggest result was to win a Grand Slam, the Australian Open. But he was a very, very good player, of course. What a depth again. Oh. Completely missed. The drop shot was completely missed. And we have a statistics also about the length of the rallies. That is very interesting. Medvedev is really dominating. The more the point lasts, the more he's dominating. He wins only 40% of the points between 0 and 4 shots, but 70% between 5 and 8 shots, and 75 over 9 shots so far in that match. And another very comfortable service game won by Yannick, sorry. 4 games all. Yannick, who started to win points on his second serve in this game for the first time in the match. But still, I think that Medvedev is missing a little bit more lately. There is no reason to miss this one, and not even that far. The return was not that deep. He had time to organize. Another big mistake. This backhand in the net, love 30 again. I can feel that the match is slowly switching. I mean, it was not in Medvedev's hands, but he was dominating from the baseline. Sinner was incredible at serving, but now the rallies are more going on Sinner's side. Ooh. Again, that's a big mistake from Sinner, because Medvedev went down the line. Sinner was there, and if he would find a good angle with the backhand, the point was for him. It would have been love 43 break points. No first serve in that game. Oh yeah, great forehand down the line. And now, as you can see, Sinner goes down the line backhand early in the rally to avoid being stuck. Stage bluff. Yes, I can tell when Yannick gets angry or frustrated. It doesn't happen that often, but it does. A very good serve from Medvedev. Nerad F4, you love tiebreaks, huh? Every time. Still a long way to go for the tiebreak. That's a great return, very deep. Finished. Very well done. It all started with a deep return. That should be your only aim on the opponent's second serve. First to hit the ball in, and second to hit it as deep as possible. Because when you return deep for the server, that's the most difficult shot for him. Ooh, that's a big mistake again from Yannick Sinner. It's sad a little bit because Medvedev's serve slice is amazing. Sinner is really far, and because he has this very big swing, he has to give back some time to Sinner for him to prepare, and Sinner has time to come back inside the court. Sinner and Alcaraz, after a good slice serve, they step in, boom, take the ball early, and it's a winner for sure. Wow. Yeah, wrong side, and he gets... I don't think the swing volley is the right shot here. Move forward faster and hit a volley with a good angle or an overhead. Oh. Bomb serve for Medvedev. Wow. And another great serve. Whew. Was down love 30. That's very indecisive, this first set, huh? Both players starting crazy dominant on their... I mean, actually, not really. The first games, Medvedev was incredibly dominant on his serve. Sinner was twice love 30. Towards the end of this set, it's more the opposite. It's Medvedev who struggled his last two service games, and Sinner is really comfortable in his service games. Hi, Wonderful Life 23. Welcome to this amazing tennis community where we're enjoying a super quality match. We're lucky today. The Zabalenka Rybakina was unbelievable in terms of level and scenario. And so far we're having great tennis also between Medvedev and Sinner. And actually, it's refreshing to see that somebody can start to, to match those two guys. I'm not saying maybe he's going to lose today, but at least there is really a match. It's not an easy match for Sinner at all. And plus, Daniil beat Alcaraz yesterday. And if he wins today, hi, Machetel 1990. Welcome to this community too. Yeah, if Medvedev manages to win today, that's going to be something incredible to beat back-to-back Alcaraz and Sinner to win a title. I don't think there are many guys who did this in the past 2 years. I don't know if anyone did it, actually. I don't think so. For sure not. One more long rally that benefits to Medvedev. He really wins way more of those long rallies than his opponent. Thank you, Nerade, for I wear them every single day, not only for St. Patrick. I didn't even know it was St. Patrick today. Thank you. You see, Sinner is playing very central compared to what he was doing last year, where he was finding unbelievable angles. But it could be a tactic to play very central against Medvedev, because when you play against him, and I had a few guys who played against him when I was coaching Holger, for example, I remember that the more angle you give him, the more angle he finds back. And sometimes you think you've hit a great shot with angle and you end up being in trouble. That's very smart. That's very smart, because when you slice to the forehand of Medvedev, a lot of times he slices back. And if you serve and volley, you have an easy volley to finish up the point. So that was very well done. But I didn't notice this only in this match. I noticed in the previous matches also that Sinner, doesn't really play close to the line as much as he was doing last year. Just a sign that he needs to get more confidence to do it. And as the start of the year was not as good as usual. That's too deep. Yeah, it's sad for Daniel because there was really something to do in that game. For the first time since the start of the match, Sinner was not serving first serves, and he had won only 29% on second so far. But he did, because Daniel made unforced errors. I would be interested to see the number of unforced errors of those guys, those two guys, and coming from which wing, whether it's the forehand or the backhand. Yeah, there are more unforced errors than usual. But the level is very high. They play very fast. And I would be interested also to know what's the percentage of the time spent inside the court by Medvedev. A good serve again from Sinner. Hi, Eric DNS. Welcome to the chat. Not sure I understand your question. Maybe read it again. There are some typos and I don't understand. Oh, thank you, Eric. And first error backhand from Sinner. On YouTube, Mark H9236 said that Indian Wells is the tournament for the underdogs to shine against the big two, big three. Think Draper last year, Team back in time. I mean, maybe, but it's just two examples. Oh, you can name Fritz also, who won it here. It's not a player who won a lot of Masters 1000, but he won here. But I always thought that the conditions here are really difficult. You know, I did hit the ball many times there, and I feel the ball is super hard. There is a little bit of altitude, not a lot, but a little bit. And I feel there is more pressure because of the altitude, and the balls are really hard. So it's difficult for the sensations. And then you go to Miami, and then suddenly you feel the ball incredible. Also, as it's not humid, the balls are not fluffy. I mean, they get fluffy, of course, everywhere, but not as much as in Miami. Miami, you feel the ball is bigger, it's softer, and you have incredible control. In Indian Wells, more difficult. Remember, by the way, other years, Daniel was complaining about those courts in Indian Wells. He was saying it's so slow, possible to hit a winner on that. This year, they made it faster. They made the court faster. The ball is faster. And I think it's great for him. But still, if you look at the winners of Indian Wells, I think there is also way more favorites than underdogs with the title. And we're getting closer to the tiebreak, which is going to make somebody very happy. But we're not there yet. Wow, another ace. No, really struggling to return Medvedev today. The first serves of Sinner. It's an unbelievable figure. I don't remember having seen a full set at that level in a final with 94% of points won after his first serve. Toilet Destroyer, welcome. Thank you for following. And welcome to this community who's enjoying unbelievable tennis. Yeah, so 95% of points won after his first serve for Sinner during a full set. I don't remember having seen that in a final of a Masters 1000. And that's unbelievable. Oh my God. I mean, that was not such an important point. It was for the love, but yeah. Dark Wing, welcome to the chat. It's your first time. You want to talk about this subject once again? Yes, I think that Nicolas Jarry would have been in the top 10 in the Big Three era, but he didn't stay long. But there was one season he was playing unbelievable. His serving was crazy. Anyway, we're talking about the match today. And tomorrow we'll talk about anything else during our chat. One 0 Medvedev. Good return. I mean, the strategy is quite clear, and Darren Cahill just said it. Just hit hard on Medvedev's forehand. He has such a big swing that, of course, when you're able to put pace and depth, the serve of Sinner is still incredible. I mean, he took the lesson because he lost this US Open final against Alcaraz because Alcaraz did way better than him at serving. But since then, Sinner has been serving incredible. He's won 21 out of 22 points on first serve in that set. That's insane. Oh, that's not a good rhythm on this one. Bad timing. Toss too low. Huge risk on second. Slice serve. Full power that hit the line. Two points all in that tiebreak. What a return. The serve was amazing. Oh. Big backhand mistake because, you know, he did the most difficult by far. And you see in that rally, that was also obvious. Medvedev hits a fantastic backhand down the line. Sinner plays cross, but not very deep to his forehand. And Medvedev, because in its time, cannot finish the point. And then Sinner is back in the rally. Three-two Medvedev. He will need a first serve. And he has it once again. My God. That's unreal. I honestly don't remember seeing Yannick serve that big. He's serving great. But to serve that big, unreal. Only 1 point difference between those two guys. 39 for Sinner, 38.1 for Daniil. And this time, Medvedev, that was super close. This time, Medvedev returned forehand spin, which is way better than his slice. Another big serve from Medvedev. I mean, those two guys are serving crazy today. That's crazy because Medvedev is known to be someone who's returning a lot of balls in. He stands very far from the baseline and, you know, he's returning today. Oh, what the backhand down the line. And again, forehand. Yes. And you see, because of his preparation, he has to move backwards, but he finds a way to move backwards and to move again forward when he hits the forehand. Now, big pressure for Sinner, because if he loses one of those next 2 points, it's going to be set point for Medvedev, and he's going to serve after that. He has to win his 2 points. No other option. Oh, it's in. Oh, it's in. Oh, such an important point. That's crazy. He would have given him 2 set points. And I don't know why he didn't play that volley. He was on it, and he thinks, no, it's going to be out. This hesitation killed him. Because for once, he did return in the first serve of Sinner. Oh, my God. And again, the slice. 6 aces each. And now it's Medvedev who has this pressure. He cannot afford to lose any of the next 2 points on his serve. Otherwise, he will have to face set points or set point if he loses the second point. What a depth. So good. So good. Medvedev really inside the court again. Hitting side to side with so much depth, especially on his backhand side. There is one more point to make. Actually, that was a set point for Sinner. And this is going to be a set point for one of the two guys after this one. And it's going to be a set point for Sinner, who attacked the forehand of Medvedev, who, because of his big backswing, had to hit the ball way behind him and missed. And that's a big difference between Medvedev and Sinner in that match. I mean, both are serving incredibly well, but the difference is when the return is not great, Sinner kills it. He wins the rally in the next shot. Medvedev, no. Same again. He hit a great serve. The return was a bit short, and they started a rally from the baseline, basically. First set, Sinner, after another good serve, 26 out of 27 points won on his first serve in that set for Sinner. That's unreal. I take a short break. I see you in a few minutes for the second set. Sorry. Yeah, sorry for the little problem, but we're back now, and they just showed on the screen the accuracy of Sinner on the serve. That is really unreal. Ooh, that's too much from Medvedev. Deadly accuracy from Medvedev. From Sinner, sorry. Serving so close to the lines. Yeah. This is what I really like in what Medvedev has been doing the last two matches, is really his position inside the court. He takes so much time away from his opponents, and that's why also Sinner hits some unusual unforced errors, because he's really taken so much time away. That's what he does to the players usually, and we have a stat that shows well the domination in the rallies of Daniil. So Sinner's, I just said it before I had the stat, so that Sinner's unforced errors today, backhand 13, forehand 4, so 17 in total. And in semi-final, he did only... Oops. The microphone just fell again. We can make it. Sinner shows some little signs of being irritated by his mistakes. He makes way more than usual for sure, but there is a reason for that. He's going to be there. Oh my God. I mean, that's great that Medvedev comes to the net, but he has to finish those volleys. That's crazy. Not decisive at all. It's not a difficult volley. At that level, you have to finish this one. And then the second volley, he moves backwards. Medvedev is in danger here. Bit lucky. Oh la 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 la! That's a big miss from Sinner. Very big miss. He had really the shot to finish this point. That's a strange drop shot from Sinner. Not he didn't know what to do with the ball. Strange choice, and he missed it. I have a question from Coelho Lucas on YouTube, long-time follower, but first time following a live, already planning my Mouratoglou Academy camp in August. I'll be happy to see you there. That's a good idea. Very deep, this return. I have to move it. That's the problem. That's when, because... Okay. Perfect. Whew. Looks like it's working now. This microphone is trying to make my life difficult. But my life is not difficult because I'm watching an incredible match with you guys. Same scenario. From the baseline, generally speaking, Medvedev is dominating the rallies, but for the moment, Sinner's serve quality prevents Medvedev from breaking. Yeah, technical difficulties. Another amazing first serve. But I don't know why. There's for sure a good reason, but I've seen Medvedev a lot of times closer than usual to return Sinner's first serve, and that's probably why he's missing that much. Usually he's way further back. Yeah, he's way further back. I don't know why. I mean, so far it doesn't pay off at all because he can't return, so maybe he should accept to move back to his usual spot. Because that's going to be a key for him to be able to return the ball in way more times. There are much too many unreturned serve from Medvedev. And as you can, I mean, he's dominating most of the rallies. So just put the ball in, move back, hit the ball in, and then start to play. That's amazing. That's the thing that he was not doing in the first set, Sinner. Getting closer to the lines in the rallies. He was always taking big margin. As I said, I think he doesn't have the same confidence as the one he had last year. So, and as smart, he decides, okay, I take big margins and I hit and I hit and I hit, and it's going to come back. The confidence will come back. And it's probably going to happen. The confidence will come back unless Daniil finds a way to break him, and then it could be a different match, but for that he will have to return way more, or Sinner will have to start to miss more first serves, because for the moment his percentage is really high. I'm sure you all remember Daniil's position to return. That was as far as Rafa. He was literally almost touching the back fence of the court when he was waiting for the return. New balls, and Daniil to serve. Thank you for the follow, Pico, and welcome with us. That shot was more Sinner-like with a good angle with the forehand. Ali Ali 1-1-1-1. A drive 34 degrees in the desert is tough. Trust me, it's not even close to a 28 degrees in Miami or. And as you can see, Yannick is far from the baseline. Compared to his usual position, he can't. The ball comes too fast, too early, too deep. Yeah, 28 baseline points, 1-20 for Medvedev. As I said, he's dominating the rallies from the baseline. The figures just confirmed it. And again, the same scenario. Backhand to backhand. Sinner blocked, and at some point he tries to change direction and he misses. And we've seen Daniel a few times run around his forehand to hit a backhand. He did this also yesterday with a lot of success against Alcaraz. He moved around his backhand and hit backhand. He moved around his forehand to hit backhand inside out winner. What a depth. And Daniel is further back to return the second serve of Sinner than to return the first. That's really strange. Very well done. This one was returned, of course, short and a bit slow. And on this one, Daniel had taken the decision to stay further back. That's crazy. Sinner won 31 out of 32 points on first serve. Oh my God. What a forehand down the line. Beautiful shot, incredible balance while moving at high speed. Another very comfortable game won by Sinner on his serve. $33 out of 34 points won on first serve. I don't remember seeing something like this. Unless we're talking about Raonic or Karlovic. And even them, when they would play a guy who returns well, like Novak, they would have 60% of points won on their first serve. I see a big difference today for Yannick. Yannick is a player that is very balanced. You know, the forehand, the backhand, you don't see any weakness. He can accelerate on both sides. Of course, the forehand goes faster and there is more spin, so there is more acceleration with the forehand. But today, most of the mistakes come from the backhand. The forehand is very solid. and that's why Daniil is blocking him on the backhand side. And when he gets the occasion, he attacks the forehand. But today his game is unbalanced. Medvedev back on serve. Oh, unbelievable the way he's moving the ball around using the pace given by Sinner. Liali 1-1-1-1-1. You'd love to have my opinion about Sinner changing his game to be able to confront Alcaraz better. I don't think he should change his game. I think if he changes his game, he's going to drop in the rankings. What is the most important in tennis is to use your qualities. And your game style is your game style. You can't change it. So I think it's a good idea to add the drop shot, for example, because there are a lot of moments or players for which it's a big weapon. I mean, to use it against them. But, Sinner is Sinner because he's close to the baseline. He hits super hard with spin. He plays at a very high pace. He moves up to every ball, and he doesn't miss. If he starts to change and play higher and then slice, that's not his game. He's going to lose efficiency a lot. So I don't think it's a good idea. And actually, he said that he's been struggling a little bit more at the start of the season because he tried to use too much variety in his game, and now he wants to come back to his game, which is a good idea. And the festival is continuing on Sinner's first serve. Oh! Strange that he missed that forehand down the line, because Daniil's drop shots are not great, and he was there quite easily. That's not the type of shots that he usually misses. Finally, Sinner lost 1 point on serve. Yeah, that's a big mistake because he anticipated well. He was on the ball. There was a big spot down the line. And another unreturned first serve by Medvedev, who still continues to be close to the baseline to return and still can control the ball. That's what I really don't understand. How? Oh, Petit Philo Tubes, welcome. New follower. After Toilet Destroyers 5000. You guys are very creative with your nicknames. And believe it or not, but Medvedev didn't have one single breakpoint the whole match. And Yannick only 2. Not 1. That's crazy, no? Stefaru, another tiebreak. I mean, the stats on serve of those two guys makes us think it can only end up with a tiebreak. Daniel wins 76% on first and 70 on second. And Yannick 95% on first and 56 on second, but 95% with 68% of first serves. Pfft. I don't want to repeat myself too much, but why does Daniel stick to a tactic that clearly, I mean, not a global tactic, but a tactical fact that clearly doesn't pay? Staying that close to the baseline prevents him from returning the first serves of Yannick, so he can break. Look at this depth. 3 in a row, this close to the baseline. 3 in a row, full power. That was great. Such good tennis from Daniel. There are two things that he does crazy well when he's confident is the depth of his shots and the quality of the serve, first and second. Because as you can see, he goes really full power on second with an incredible success. Oh, that was a strange shot. Oh. This forehand was weird. He ran out of time and then he just pushed the ball in. Yeah. Another backhand mistake from Sinner. That's really on that wing that he's missing more today. And that's probably also one of the reasons why Medvedev is quite comfortable when it comes to rallying from the baseline, because in the backhand to backhand is by far winner today. And as we know in the men's game, the game is really oriented on the backhand and running around the backhand. But Daniil is so close, is so much inside the court, and when he plays his own backhand, that is taking time away from Sinner and prevents him from running around. He had very, very few occasions to run around his backhand the whole match. So he hits many more backhands than usual. When he'll come to Miami, I'm sure he's going to work a lot on the returns, because that's really a problem. Alienscape, welcome. Thanks for the follow. That's Daniel's only weakness today. It's the return, but it's costly. Not one single break point the whole match. And that puts a crazy pressure on his own service games, because he can't afford to get broken. I have a few questions on YouTube from Fabio S. Do you think Sinner could overtake Alcaraz in the ranking by the French Open? Considering that he has no points to defend, unlike Alcaraz. Thanks for doing this, and greetings from Switzerland. Well, I cannot answer that question, which is a good question, but I don't have the ranking. I have to check the ranking, see how many points difference they have. And if my team can give me the number of percentage of unreturned serve from both Alcaraz and Sinner today, that would be interesting. Yes, so Yannick didn't play from Australian Open until Rome, so it's a lot of tournaments. There are 3,000 points difference, which is not a lot. Alcaraz has to defend. He didn't win Miami. Was Mensick. But he did win. He played the final in Barcelona. So he has final in Barcelona to defend. And then, no, he doesn't. He has Monte Carlo and final in Barcelona. That's it. I'm thinking, what else we have? What did he do last year? Yeah, so Miami he lost in the first round. And then final and then he won Monte Carlo. And final in Barcelona. And then he won Rome. But Sinner was in final. And then he won Paris, beating Sinner again. Yeah, there's 3,000 points difference. Oh no, bad choice again. Volley is weak. No. It's crazy. I mean, it's well done from Yannick, but look at that. Go fast, cross court, and it's finished. And then the volley. The volley is not great, so... Good serve. He needs it. Alcaraz can... I mean, you can always do better, but it's going to be difficult to do better than last year because, again, winning Monte Carlo, Barcelona final, winning Rome, winning Roland Garros. Rome and Roland Garros, Sinner was in the final, so there are not so many points to gain. But if he wins, for example, Miami and goes to the final or wins Monte Carlo, maybe he can become number one. Yes, but the season is long. Yeah. It's very rare to see Sinner rushed that way by anyone else than Carlos. It's really rare because most of the mistakes he makes is because he's really taken so much time away and pushed back by the depth. The toss of Daniil becomes a bit low, and that affects the percentage of her serve. Hi, Pico. Yeah, he won Rome. Yeah, he won Rome against Yannick in the final. Against Alcaraz won Rome against Yannick. Yeah, because Yannick came back after a few months without playing one tournament. He came back in Rome and played the final straight away. I have a stat that is very interesting, is the percentage of balls that both of the players return in play today. Medvedev only 32, Sinner 55. That's huge. And what's the usual percentage of returns in play of Medvedev? That would be interesting to compare today to most of the time. Of course, Sinner is serving great, but still. And that includes first and second, this figure. Well done. I mean, this backhand cross-court, almost half volley from the baseline of Sinner made a big difference. It's going to come here. Boom, boom. With a great angle, and then it's game over. And I would like to see Yannick's also. So Lewis, that is working on the team with us, is saying that on hard court, usually Medvedev returns 71% of in play. And today we're at 30 something. We're at 32. So maybe, I mean, against Sinner serving like this, maybe less than usual, but this is not less. This is half less. This is incredible. Ooh. That's a big mistake on a drop shot that was not good from Yannick. But that's also a weakness from Medvedev, those balls. Low balls in the box. Such a deep return. That's a great serve. And an ace. Again, saved by his serve. Still no break points for Medvedev. And we are heading towards another tiebreak. We're not there yet, but we're getting there. One game away. So let's compare the two sets in terms of statistics and see if there is something interesting. What is way better is the second points one of Yannick. It was at 45 in the first set. He's now at 73. The percentage of first serve of Daniil broke is at 48. So he was at 57. Lost 10 points there. Yannick lost 10 points too, but he was at 71. He's at 62. So it's still big. Yeah, all the stats basically of Daniil went down. Percentage, no, almost the same. Just the percentage of first serve that is way lower. But they still win 67% on second, so it's not a problem. So those two guys are way too dominant on their service to have a break. The difference is Medvedev wins on the points on his service game with the rallies, and Yannick with the serves, because there is a huge percentage of the returns of Daniil that don't land in the court. Should be careful, Daniil. He has to keep the same intention all the time. Thank you, Ali. 1-1-1-1-1, exactly. I can't get the rights, unfortunately. Otherwise, of course, I would have put the match on the channel. Oh, what a backhand again. Unbelievable. From Medvedev. He's really striking the ball incredibly well today, as well as yesterday. Oh. You see how much he cuts the trajectory. Oh, what a game. He slowed down on the first point, lost intention, but the intention came back straight away. Stefaro, as you know Daniel a bit, will he become nervous or will the possibility to win against Yannick give him just more confidence? No, he's not going to get nervous. But yeah, I mean, he's not in a position to win for the moment. He's in a position to try not to lose, because this tiebreak can be the end of the match. Yeah, they're at 4. This one's for you. Ah. And it starts the same way as the first tiebreak starts. No, but because the first tiebreak, it's Daniel who served first. This time, it's Yannick. 1-0 for Daniel. Daniel, who needs to improve his first serve percentage in that set. And in that tiebreak, that's going to be very important, of course. Look at that. Oof. You see, every time there is a short ball in the box, I'm sweating for Daniel. Every time. And actually, even that drop shot was not really well touched. A bit too deep. Oh. Incredible tennis in the first... I mean, last end of this set, he raised the bar. I don't know. I don't remember which year, but there was a year when Daniel played incredible the whole US swing. And the level he was playing at the end was really unreal because his confidence was at the top. Hey, Daniel, return in. Oh. Big help from Yannick. The double fault. I guess he... Oh, Medvedev just won the last 8 points. I guess he was nervous, huh? Is he a fan of Yannick? No. This time it's Sinner who attacked his backhand cross first. Caio Farah welcome. Rodriguez, sorry. Caio Farah Rodriguez, welcome. 4-1 Rodriguez. And Simon 14270, welcome too. Well, this one was far, this first serve, very far. I keep your focus. Wow, what a return from Sinner. On YouTube, Sion Rayi 567 is saying when you're saying striking well today, could you explain what it is? I mean, I said today and also against Alcaraz in the previous match. The confidence make players have zero thoughts in the back of their head when they're hitting the ball full power. In a way, they know the ball's gonna be in, and that's how they think, and that allows them to have. I mean, to be completely free to hit the ball full power with an incredible percentage of success, and that's exactly where Daniel is today most of the time. This is an important point. 4-2 was 4-0. Wow, it's on the line. Oh, la, 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 la. I mean, that's crazy. Sinner hit 2 good shots to come back from 4-0 to 4-2 to 2-4 for him. And suddenly Daniel drops his level. The last 2 points. Now, no more mini break. Was love 4 and completely one-sided. 10 points in a row for Medvedev. Oh, la, la, another mistake for Medvedev. Incredible. Incredible, 4-all. But keep in mind that mentally, so many matches in a row, the travels, it's tough. It's tough to keep the focus. Well done. Of course, when you come back from love 4 and you're at 4-all, you feel more free to go. The confidence given by those 4 and now 5 points in a row, Medvedev will have to propose a big serve, otherwise he's going to be even more in trouble. No serve, toss too low. Oh la la! That's crazy. And now it's two match points for Sinner after probably the best rally of the match. But I could feel during the rally that Medvedev was in a way throwing his last forces in this rally. Yeah, 6 points in a row. And no serves. And it's done. Sinner wins in 2 sets, 7-6, 7-6. What will we keep from that match? The quality of the serve of Sinner, unbelievable. The fact that he won, which is so important to him because his level of confidence needed it. Now he's going to be a way better player when he will come to Miami, because you can't buy this confidence, and it makes such a big difference. He was dominated from the baseline. We also have to say that Medvedev is back to his best level for sure. Thank you, Linda. He's back to his best level, and Sinner probably very soon too. after this title is going to be way more dangerous. He was very dangerous already, yeah. But I mean, we could feel a little bit of doubt. The doubt will be out for sure. And winning a match like this in a final, being dominated from the baseline, that's for the confidence, it's huge. It's disappointing for Daniil, but you know, he won so many matches since January. He's back to his best level, and it's good to see that he will not do the miracle to beat back-to-back Alcaraz and Sinner to win a title, but he was, I mean, he really made the match tough for Yannick today, and he's back, and he's a guy who's going to be extremely dangerous for those two guys. He showed it, and we can't wait to see him play in the next month. Just want to remind you that tomorrow at 2 p.m. European time. Thank you, Disatro, for the following. Tomorrow at 2 p.m. European time, we have a chat. We're going to come back to the talking about this tournament. There is a lot to say, but anything you want to talk about that is related to tennis, your tennis, the tour, whatever you want to talk about, that's the goal of the chat. So I wish you a great day or a great night, whatever it is for you, and I see you tomorrow at 2 p.m. for the chat. Goodbye.